In today's video, we get to meet a rather metal prey, in a scene so bloody you'd assume it's painful. Dogman. Most internet users are perplexed after a Texas zoo posted images online. A camera got an image of an unknown monster prowling the zoo. The creature was depicted standing on two legs as well, but with pointy ears and a mane. It's visible from outside the zoo's perimeter. The city of Amarillo, Texas shared the image on Facebook, writing in the caption that the Amarillo Zoo had recorded a peculiar scene outside the zoo in the early morning hours. They then asked if anyone had any ideas about what that weird creature could be. No animals or people were harmed, and there was no evidence of criminal activity or forced entry, according to the park's director. According to the video footage, the photograph was taken on May 21st, 2022, around 1:30 p.m. The zoo has encouraged residents to submit their theories regarding the creature. Barely fit. Not sure what this bear ate for dinner, but I'm guessing it was a combo of everything. A trail camera records one of these gigantic monsters defying the laws of physics by fitting himself into a fairly tiny hole beneath a building for a bear. When it was spotted in a trail cam video footage in South Lake Tahoe, slithering its fat body out of the tiny crawl space hole, people wondered how the black bear, known as B33, managed to do the Houdini-like feat. Tougie Slate, a South Lake Tahoe resident, has spent over 20 years researching the black bear population and assisting wildlife biologists from California and Nevada with bears, so he knows a thing or two about B33. According to him, it takes B33 2 videos to get out and at least 3 videos to get back inside the 14 by 14 inch crawl space. Mind you, none of that's seen. If you consider how the bear looks to give or take 500 pounds, it's quite an astounding feat. Shedding velvet. Anyone unlucky enough to come upon a deer losing velvet is in for a bloodbath. The scarlet strips of fuzzy flesh that hang from their antlers appear to be something out of a horror film, but it's actually a completely healthy part of deer life that helps them prepare for mating season. Shedding velvet, as the annual antler scrape is known, transforms a male deer's most noticeable features from fuzzy protrusions to the more familiar glossy wood-like antlers. Growing antlers require a good blood supply, but after they're done, that supply dies back, and as the skin sloughs off, the appearance changes, even if just for a day. Antlers differ from horns in that they're not permanent structures and are shed and grown each year. Some deer species may begin growing the new set almost immediately after the previous ones have popped off, although the time between sets can vary. When it's time to grow new antlers, the deer require a steady flow of blood to keep the tissue cooking and growing until it's sufficiently impressive. The antlers grow a thin covering of fuzzy tissue known as velvet to do so. It has a rich tapestry of blood arteries to feed the necessary development, but after that's complete, it must be removed. Unicorn elk. A trail camera in Tampico captured an odd elk with an antler sprouting from his forehead. Tampico is located in central Washington, about 15 miles west of Yakima. Although unusual, the antler anomaly is a naturally occurring event, according to Kyle Garrison from the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, who spoke to news outlets. Antlers like this one have never been seen before, according to Garrison. Antler growth of this type is frequently related to an injury, either directly to the antler or an injury that might have an effect on antler development, or even hereditary. The development of antlers can be influenced by hormones. Garrison stated that based on the photographs, this growth is most likely genetic. According to Garrison, the antler does not appear to be harmful, although it may impair the elk's ability to graze. Trophy head. A wildlife photographer captured stunning photographs of a wild stag wearing the severed head of a rival buck that became caught in its antlers during a fight. Keiko Kanasugi, a nature photographer based in eastern Hokkaido, snapped the gruesome image after coming upon the animal feasting in greenery on the Natsuki Peninsula of this northern town. According to a researcher in the ecology of Hokkaido, sika deer, the species that inhabits these sections, the two animals evidently butted heads during the autumn rutting season. The researcher speculated that they couldn't separate because their horns were intertwined, that the rival died as a result. According to the study, the body shriveled away as decomposition set in, but the head remained, and a survivor of the epic struggle carried it through the winter. Sightings of the stag have caused quite a stir online since late last year. While looking for food, the stag most likely had to drag the body of its murdered competitor, which had to weigh more than 100 kilograms. Stags have been reported to starve to death after their antlers became entwined during fights. Bigfoot. One Michigan hunter who set up camp in Michigan's Upper Peninsula captured footage of what some believe to be Bigfoot. The hunter, Craig Salk, recorded the suspicious creature on one of his many trail cameras set up to his 80 acres of property in Menominee. He used the trail cameras primarily to monitor game moving through his land. Salk didn't want to tell anyone about what he believed he witnessed on his cameras because he figured he would get called crazy. At least that's what his wife Barb told Spectrum News 1. Other interpretations of the video include a person walking through the woods dressed in one color. Salk captured the footage back in 2012. Additionally, Salk is not alone in citing a mysterious being in the dense forest of the UP. There have been multiple Sasquatch sightings reported there, enough to create an annual UP Bigfoot convention, founded by one Richard Mayer. He and others in the group claim there's plenty of evidence that a number of these fabled humanoid creatures exist in the wilds of Michigan. For instance, Mayer says they have footprints. Concrete proof, though, continues to be hard to get. A Bigfoot body has never actually been found. Zombie whitetail buck. The following entry is not for the faint of heart or the sensitive, so if that describes you, please turn away now. A trail camera in southern Illinois acquired footage in the fall of 2020 that even seasoned hunters and outdoor enthusiasts struggle to comprehend. The video shows a deer buck with a massive wound across its back that causes his shoulder blade to sway back and forth as he moves. Some organs also appear to be exposed. It's amazing that the buck is still running around as if nothing's wrong, though. Zebra. Once again, we have another entry that's not for the faint of heart. Viewer discretion is advised. Zebras are highly social creatures. They dwell in herds of up to 100 individuals. Lions, leopards, hyenas, wild dogs, African wildcats, and birds of prey on zebras. They do, however, have a keen sense of hearing and smell, which allows them to detect predators before they get too close. Zebras are prey animals, and they're wary of creatures that hunt them. The majority of zebras who find themselves in the claws of a hungry lion typically die. However, this lucky stallion lived. A single minor mistake can cost them dearly. When pushed to the limit, they're willing to battle to the death with their opponent in the animal world. In the animal world, this zebra in the lion's pursuit practically deserves to die. The zebra suddenly counterattacked and bit the lion's stomach, inflicting the predator a lot of pain, though. The zebra narrowly avoided death in the animal world. However, lucky zebras do not always escape from predators. Just take a close look at their bodies. The massive wounds are so painful that it's difficult for them to survive the next day in the world. Difficult, but not impossible. Rooster defense. A dramatic video has emerged of a hawk arriving outside a farm's chicken coop in quest of an easy dinner and getting anything but that. Despite the fact that the chicken run area is fenced in, the bird of prey managed to get in through a small opening and set his sights on one unsuspecting hen within. Just as everything looked lost for the hen, though, a feathered hero appeared and saved the day. The valiant patriarch of the flock managed to save his mate and send the unwanted guest fleeing in a heartbeat, with a few kicks and pecks here and there. And the hen's owner, who shared the footage to YouTube, couldn't be happier for him. His rooster did a great job by defending the hen from a hawk that somehow snuck through the hole in the fence. However, the owner has commented that it has since been repaired. Let's just hope that there aren't any repeats of that incident. That being said, see you all next time.